Hi and welcome to The Winning Factor. I'm Alan Aitken, and on this show each week we take a look at some upcoming races in Hong Kong. We try to isolate an ingredient of the race that we might look back on later as having been the path to finding the winner. Well, Sunday racing this week at Sha Tin, a mixed meeting, and the first race we're going to look at is race 4, and the winning factor here, the draw. Now this is a class 4 on the dirt, and I think there are probably more here that can't win than can win, but I do think there will be plenty of fans for Red Elise dropping in class with Joao Moreira booked. Double Take, he's been in great form, similar races. So Awesome switches to the dirt for the first time, an interesting runner here. And the horse that I really want to highlight, and that is King's Race. Now we do have a good reference point for most of these horses, or quite a few of these horses, and that is a race on Boxing Day, and it was won by Double Take. So we're going to go back and have a look at the video of that race, and this is race 300. And the tempo here is a key when you look at the fast early sections on the heat map there. Now Sky Supreme in black and white colours, he's pressing for the lead early, and King's Race, who drew out, he's in pink and purple colours. He isn't as quick early as Sky Supreme, but he continues to keep pushing on from gate 12 around runners, looking to get towards the front and getting caught wide. Meanwhile, in the green and white colours, Double Take, he slots back in the field, saving his energy for later in the race. And it's notable that throughout the first half of the race, when it was strongly run, and even after that, King's Race continues to work hard in the event around other runners, 3 wide, and to be honest, he should simply have dropped out after doing all that work in the first half, much as we see Sky Supreme drop out, and he didn't even work quite as hard. But King's Race, he toughs it out, keeps on trying, and eventually has to settle for 4th placing. So I think that was a terrific effort in defeat by King's Race. But I want to look at one more video, and this is a forgive run for Red Elise, and this is in class 3, and his forgive is pretty much for the same reason that we saw King's Race beaten in that event. So we're going to take a look at race 284, and in blue and white colours, Red Elise is pushing forward from gate 14 over 1600 metres on the turf. And once again we see red sections through the middle of the race, so the lead horses are working hard. Red Elise has spent a lot of petrol getting forward to outside the lead, and of course he gets tired, he puts up the white flag in the run down the home straight. Now on Sunday, Red Elise comes back a class to class 4, but as we take a look at the map, he also swaps barrier 14 for barrier 1, while King's Race goes from gate 12 to gate 3, and this time I'm also not expecting so much pressure on the front end of the race. There's not much in the way of speed, so both of these horses get the benefit of being near to a low pressure lead as well. While Double Take, well, his normal pattern is to go back in the field. He's drawn wide, so that seems a pretty logical thing to expect again. And he gets a couple of strikes there, the pace against him and the draw against him as well. So the tip in race 4, King's Race, his winning factor, the draw. Now the change in draw gives both King's Race and Red Elise strong chances here, I think. But I think the weight pull for King's Race might just swing things his way. The other race I want to take a look at is down the straight. This is race 7, and the winning factor here, up in class, off a win. And there probably are not that many chances here in the class 3 straight event, 2 straight races on Sunday, with proven straight performers in good form like Pinghai Bravo and Valiant Dream up the top of the weights. And then we have the lightly raced horses rising from class 4, and that's Carroll Street and Forte. And those 4 horses split up nicely into 2 video replays as well. So first of all, let's take a look at the class 4 with Carroll Street beating Forte. Now we go back to race 278 for this, and you can see on the heat map a little bit of pressure on the lead mid-race here. So Forte, with the big weight, he managed to shake off the horses around him, but Carroll Street in green and orange colours has the last run at him with quite a big weight difference on this occasion, and he runs away to score very comfortably at his racecourse debut. Now, just 6 days later in race 304, we're going to see Wellington win. He's in on the program as well in a later race, but we're more interested here in Pinghai Bravo in the yellow with grey sleeves and Valiant Dream in the red colours as they chase Wellington home. And neither one, of course, was able to match the highly promising winner, but they had their own solid battle for second. You'll see them get down to the line without much between them at all. Now, I think between those two races, if you compare the times, not a great deal between them. So that swings things to the lightly raced horses coming up in grade and getting the weight relief. But they've both drawn inside gates here, both Forte and Carroll Street. Now, once upon a time, that was poison. If you drew inside down the straight, it was going to be much tougher to win. And I thought I'd have a quick look and see how that has changed over the last few years. In 2016, the Jockey Club tried to even up the barrier draws down the straight by introducing a false rail down the outside fence, and it seems to have done the trick. So let's take a look at the change in statistics. First of all, a look at the barriers, how they played from 2010 to 2016, and you see 3 of the best 5 strike rates belong to the outside 5 barriers. But after the addition of the false rail, you see things seem to have evened out. The 5 best strike rates, they're spread across the draw from inside to outside, and now it seems a much fairer competition running down the straight. And when we look at the map, it's good to know that the inside draws aren't as poisonous as they once were, because it's an interesting 1,000-metre race here. Not an awful lot of speed for a short course sprint, and that means that the field is probably going to remain fairly compact, and the horses in 2 and 4, Carroll Street and Forte, are going to be pretty much having to run their race, I think, out in the centre of the track. But the tip in race 7, Carroll Street, his winning factor up in class off a win. I think both of these young horses are advantaged given that they're rising in grade. But we have noted before in the statistics that the young horse coming off a win and going up in grade is the one with the best chance, and that is Carroll Street. Well, that's it for the winning factor this week. Good luck on Sunday. We'll see you next time.